point of a salvation testimony is my life before Jesus. You can call this your BC story, before Christ. So in verses 4 through 11 of chapter 26, the Apostle Paul shares his before Christ story. He says, guys, all of the Jews who are against me today, they know how I was raised, and they know I'm still a Jew. Born a Jew, raised a Jew, I'll die a Jew. I grew up in Judaism. I even spent much of my childhood in Jerusalem. They know that I was a member of the strictest group in our religion called the Pharisees. They also know that I actively persecuted people who followed Jesus of Nazareth. And not only, he says to this distinguished crowd, did I arrest many of them, committing them to chains, but he says in verse 10, I even voted for some of them to be put to death. That it is from that expression that he cast a vote for some Christians to be put to death that many scholars have surmised he was actually a sitting member of the Sanhedrin at some point in his past in order for him to vote on someone being sentenced to death by the Jewish court. How would you cast a vote for someone's death if you weren't on a deliberative body like the Sanhedrin? So perhaps Paul was even a member of that body. So he's saying, this is what I did as a Christian. I not only, before I met Christ, I persecuted Christians, hated Christians, was a part of the stoning of Christians, and even cast my vote for the martyrdom of Christians. I was a bad guy. That's my life before Christ. The second point he makes, though, is when I placed my faith in Jesus. That's the second point of a salvation testimony. We also refer to this as getting saved, or another word is conversion. Your conversion experience. So he talks about that in verses 12 through 18. So he says in chapter 26, verse 11, and I punished them often in every synagogue. I compelled Christians to blaspheme, and being exceedingly enraged against them, I persecuted them even to foreign cities. But while thus